or I'm sorry, they might find my site and my domain name, and there's a lot of different tools out there that you can utilize that can really sabotage this case study. So I've decided not to do that. But the strategies and tips that I gave you as far as developing a landing page and how I go about it, I find what affiliates are using. Most of them are using review style pages. So what I'll do is I'm going to throw up a review style page and have a couple different offers that are the top converting offers for this niche. And then we're going to have a secondary page that's going to be my split test. Now, there's two ways you can go about that. You can split test a different styled review page and maybe have a different arrangement on there, maybe different pictures, stuff like that. Or you can actually take a whole different unique approach. Try something totally unique and see which one's going to be the best performer for you initially. Now, I am going to go over quickly here just a few different tips as far as setting up your campaign. I'll even show you quickly here in a moment how you can set up a quick campaign. So what I've gone ahead and done here, this is opened up Excel, Microsoft Excel 2007. Just a few quick things I want to run through. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because this is very basic, very simple stuff. But if you look here, I have a couple different categories up at the top. Go ahead and bold them, that way a little bit easier for you to see possibly. But if you look, this first column is ad group. Actually, there's one over here, campaign name. So basically what you can do is this. You can, as far as like for campaign name, you can type in demo receipts, or I'm sorry, demo recipes. Ad group, you have a keyword column, match type, bid, ad headline, description 1, 2, display, and display destination URL. So basically what you can do is build your campaign in this structure, copy and paste this into AdWords editor, bang, you instantly have a campaign. It's a huge time saver. You don't need any special tools like speed PPC, so you don't have to worry about paying for that or anything like that. That saves you a little bit of money. So just to quickly run down how you can do it pretty quickly, this is what I do. So when you're setting up an initial campaign, you never want to use more than 2,000 ad groups per campaign. I hardly ever do I ever go above 2,000 keywords when I'm launching a campaign, especially on Google, just because you want your money to kind of cover the main depth of keywords for that niche, maybe some related niches, and see what works. Then you dig in deep and get build bigger over time. So one keyword per ad group. Inside the ad group, you can have exact match, broad match, and phrase match if you prefer. I usually start them out with an exact match and a broad match. On the exact match, say for example I have it set at 50 cents. If you have the exact match at 50 cents, you want to have the broad match at least 25% or so lower. So I'd set it at something like 30 or 35 cents would be my broad match setting for the bid price. The main reason for that is broad match is going to pick up a lot of various terms that are any similarities to that key phrase that you're bidding on. So it's going to pick up a lot of probably unrelated search queries. So what you want to do is minimize paying a high price for all those unrelated search queries and just pick up on the lower cost items and see if you can find something that's low cost, long tails that convert, and then that helps you build up your foundation as well. You want to have 2 ads per ad group. That's very, very simple. You always start split testing your ads from the time you launch the campaign, and you always start split testing landing pages from the time you launch the campaign. You get them both from the very beginning. That way you're maximizing your data. You can get the most data. You can make the best decision up quick and save yourself some money. So basically, if we're spending $100 and we buy 100 clicks, then it means each ad will get a few clicks a piece. Which is not really hard to tell, but say for example if I'm bidding on one particular key phrase and I have 2 ads, after those 2 ads get 30 clicks, then I'm able to see which is the best performer of those 2 ads, which has the best and the highest CTR, click-through rate. So we take the best performing ad, make a variation of that ad, and split test again, delete the poor performer from the first test. Same thing with the landing page. After we've accumulated about 70 clicks per landing page, see which one has the best click-through rate and the best conversion rate, which is the CR. If your click-through rate on both landing pages is, say, one landing page has like a 30% click-through rate and the other one has like a 34% click-through rate, and the landing page that has a 30% click-through rate has a conversion rate of 5%, and the landing page with a 32 or 34% click-through rate has only a 2% conversion rate, well, in that case, I would take the lower conversion, sorry, the higher conversion, lower CTR page, and develop variations of that page, run a second test, and keep trying to improve my click-through rate, because obviously that style is getting a higher click-through rate. If they both have pretty equal conversion rates, and one landing page has a click-through rate of 40% and one has a click-through rate of 30%, then I discard the 30% one, take the 40%, and then I do a variation of that one. So back into the campaign development here. So you see under the campaign column, I have demo receipts. And for ad group names, very simple. When you're putting one keyword per ad group, all you have to do is literally select the keywords you have here. And I'm just using these example keywords, recipes, because I didn't want to expose the keywords I'm actually bidding on for the case study. You can copy those, paste them into the ad group column. You can take this right here, which is the campaign name, this little X box on the bottom right hand corner, scroll down, hold it and scroll down to the bottom, and it'll actually will place that name in the entire box. So then what you do is same thing basically for your exact type, your bid, headline, and everything. Except for on the headline, this is what we're going to do. Go in here, press the equal sign, type in proper. From that point, you select proper over here. Double click it, it lets you know, it asks you what you want to have proper. You want to proper the key phrase. Press enter. What it does is it puts the keyword that you're wanting to bid on, it puts it in proper form. It puts it in an uppercase form, basically, which is the proper formula. Puts an uppercase form for the ad headline, and then you can basically go ahead and do your description. I'm not going to really spend a lot of time doing ad writing because there's a lot of different blogs and a lot of free information out there about ad writing tips. Basically, you want to put a benefit, the main benefit, in your first description, and in the second description you want to put a solid call to action or something action related. So basically, for this particular example, we're using recipes and appetizers and cakes and carrots and all kinds of stuff like that. So the first thing I would want to type is like America's top recipes. And this is nowhere near long enough, or it's not as long as it could be, but I'm just going to use it as an example. And the second one is get your free book here. So that's an example. Sometimes you can put get your free book, you know, you can put shipping and handling $3 or $3.95. As an example, that way they're expecting, when they come to your page, they're expecting to see a $3.95 charge, but for a free book, stuff like that. And you can do a lot of variations. For display URL, we're going to use recipeexample.com. Scroll over here, make this a little bit wider for ourselves. For destination URL, you end up putting in HTTP. If you're using tracking 202, it's going to be something like, if you're direct linking, which I don't recommend, you know, and whatever the rest of that is. So basically, you take this here, you select all of those different types that we just typed in, all the different columns, you select all of them, you can grab one, grab the bottom right hand corner of this big box that we selected, and scroll all the way down, just like we did first time. There we go. And if you look, let me try to see if I can zoom out a little bit here for you. But if you look, each column is filled in with everything exactly how we wanted it. Now the only thing is you have to be careful, because sometimes on like the description section here, you see that $3.95, $3.96, $3.97, $3.98, so forth. You want to take that, press the press the Control key, and then redo that one, and it will correct that problem for you. It won't count up the number. It'll actually just keep the same number that you typed in initially. So then that'll fix that problem. So if you look there, all these keywords now have this. They have a demo recipe is the campaign name they want to go into. The ad group's going to be breakfast recipes. That's what we're going to put this keyword into. It's going to be the ad group called breakfast recipes. The keyword is breakfast recipes. The match type's exact. The bid, same thing for the bid. You can go down here, press the control button, redo that one. It'll fix the numbers. Whoops, I let go of the button here. Basically, you see how it fixes it when you press and go all the way down. So that fixes that for us. Very simple, very easy. Now if you look here, the add headlines is the exact